Hey Pussynet, little video from my iPad because my computer has been broken and stuff. But today video is going to be a little bit of a strange one. That's why I didn't know how to call it, because it's a little bit of everything. And the reason I'm writing this video is on a video I saw not so long ago, and it kind of triggers me to discuss about it. And the reason I want to talk about it is because the great thing with YouTube is everybody can talk about stuff, and so there's things that you would never see in the media and stuff that are get talked to, which is great. But in the same time, this can be a danger, and if it's not handled carefully, if you can say so. And what I'm talking about is basically the danger of just listening without doing a check on what we have information. And the interesting part is that a lot of the check that we do is through the internet as well. And so, for example, if you go look on Wikipedia on something, well, this is also information that came from other people. So at one point, the information that we check has to be verified by a more credible source in a way, or else it can be can lose kind of his meaning. What I mean by that is that I read a great book on the culture that we're having right now, and basically what he was saying is when people used to read newspapers and stuff, which I mean we still do, but not as much, and we're now more like on YouTube and everything like this. And we'll pull aside, just like we'll pin out that other question of what goes through the media, like TV and newspaper, and is there a control on that as well? But a good integral writer that would write an article on whatever subject would do his research. He would double check the credential of his witness expert that would say something, and then he would double check what he's saying. If it's true, he would do his research and everything. And then he would write his article and then present a bunch of facts and present his argumentation in front for us to make our own opinions of what he was saying. Well, the problem a lot of time now with YouTube is that first of all, that research part in the back, like I said, a lot of time will be done on Wikipedia or everything, which is also some contacts that have been put by regular people that, how do I know their credential and everything? And don't get me wrong, I mean, I Google all the time and everything, and there's a lot of information out there. But we have to keep a critical analyze of it. Because of this, we have to be more skeptic about what comes to us through those medias. It's great information, but we have to be worry a little bit about and double check it or confirm it, because some information that comes through those medias are misinformation, and as well as dangerous in some time because they trigger fear. And I'll write another link of another book I read a lot lately. I was on vacation, and it was The Fearless and the Fearless Factor. And actually, they talk about also the medias, the TV, the 24-hour TV and everything, where they induce in us a certain fear, and they keep that fear to try to sell us product or to get us to believe in some ideas. And then fear, it's the worst. It's an emotion that's so strong that it kind of cuts off totally irrational into it. And so the whole point I'm trying to make here is that even in the things that I do, in my videos that I do, there's always a possibility that I can be wrong. And that's why I always try as much as I can. And if I don't do it as much, but please let me know and I'll correct that. But every time I always say something, I'll put links on where did I get information, why did I took it. And the reason I'm doing this is because my opinion becomes from arguments, and opinion and arguments are two different things. Because the arguments is the clues or the what I based on my decisions to think like think A because of B, C, D, E. And to present this, then we can have a discussion because you can now bring your own argument. A little bit like an exchange of money, but instead of our money, we're changing arguments because now you can bring, it's like, no, actually, study B showed that your study A is not really proof. And now we can have a discussion that can bring to a change of ideas. And now I believe that is the whole what YouTube is about sharing good ideas, but not about scaring people and misinforming people. And I find a lot of videos now are in that in the first category than the latter category. And it is concerning because then it triggers this belief of being right, or I know the truth and I know it's true and everything because this person said so. And so, as an example, I put the link of what that video that triggers me in that is that a lot of people, sometimes people will hide behind their credentials of saying, well, I'm an expert, I did this for years, I did that for that, but even the expert can be wrong, and even professional can be wrong, and actually it's part of being professional because this is how we learn. We learn by being wrong, and I'll write another link of another book I'm reading now, and it's like the coyote and the Bugs Bunny thing. Until he reach outside the cliff, he doesn't know that he's off the cliff, and he's going to look down, and then he knows he's off. Well, being wrong is a lot like this, and we always think we're on the right path, but sometimes we can be on the wrong path, and we don't even know. And I can be wrong in some of the things I've been saying in my videos, and please don't just take them because I've been saying them. They're right, but that's why I always try to provide where my information came from, when it is, and stuff. And so if something is wrong, then it can be told my back. Well, actually, this was said this, and then I can change my own opinion on that. And the reason that I'm kind of talking on that is because of that video that putting the link. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm a subscriber to her channel, and it's great, but to sometimes say information such as coming to conclusion that because of increase of vaccine, it shows that an increase of autoimmune disease, they must be related, is kind of jumping conclusion. I mean, a lot of things happen in those years, and house price has raised too and decreased as well. So, should I come as a conclusion that increase of houses as well as an effect on autism or things like that? No, it's just that's why we do what we call the scientific method. That's why we do studies. That's why we study things. And sometimes we'll say something in one study, and 5 or 6 years later, we're like, "Whoops, we were wrong in the other study." But being wrong is part of being human, but to be able to prove our things, we have to bring with arguments, and we have to be able to present our facts so that other person can make their own judgment about what they're saying. And that's what I want to come to, and that's why I didn't know how to call it, is that basically being on YouTube is it's our duty as well as person, that when we take information, that we double check that information, that we don't just come to the conclusion because, oh, this person is a professional or something, and I don't even want you to do that with my video. I hope that somebody would say, well, actually you're wrong, but not just say you're wrong as just say you're wrong and that's it, then no conversation. The reason to bring new knowledge is to bring about conversation, and to be able to bring those conversations, what you have to bring is arguments and not opinions. So anyway, it was that little video. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much or scare you away. But now if that video, it was a little bit like a test video as well. So if my iPad video works well, I'll be able to start redo new videos until I buy the new computers as well as I bought a new camera. So we'll see how that works. So until next time, and talk to you soon.